The UFC is back this weekend with UFC 325. We're doing the fight predictions. So we've just covered Volkanovski v Lopez 2. We're doing the co-main event in Dan Hooker versus Benoit Saint Denis in the lightweight division. This is going to be a super fun matchup. Two guys who just like to brawl, like to go to war. You know, two guys who are not afraid to leave it all in the cage. You know how we do it here. We're going to talk about one guy, then we're going to talk about the other. So let's just get straight into this. So, on my left, ranked number 6 lightweight, Dan Hooker. 24-13, okay record. 11 of them coming by knockout, 7 of them by submission, and 12 first-round finishes. That's good from Dan Hooker, to be fair. I actually never realised how many submissions he's had prior to doing all my research for this video. But Dan Hooker's good wins. So he's got Paul Felder, what I'd probably say is one of his best wins. Jalen Turner, Mateus Gamrot, another really good win there. Jim Miller and Gilbert Burns. They're probably his only good wins, to be fair. He has got a lot of losses, but they are to the top guys. So he's got Arman Sarukian last time out. It is a quick turnaround, to be fair, for Dan Hooker, what I like. Lost to Arnold Allen, lost to Islam Makhachev, Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler, Edson Barboza, and Yair Rodriguez. All guys who are been at the top of the game. You know, Yair Rodriguez being a former interim champ, so is Dustin Poirier. Islam's the current pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Michael Chandler, former Bellator champion. Edson Barboza, top contender. Same with Arnold Allen. You know, Dan Hooker's been around. Dan Hooker's not afraid to fight anyone. It just seems when the big fight comes, he does lose it majority of the time. But, you know, he's still an absolute dog. Everyone loves Dan Hooker. You know what you're in for. He is 35 years old. He's from New Zealand. Some of the notes I've got for Dan Hooker, he's got really good kickboxing. He's got really good front tees to the body. You know, even in the Arman Sarukian fight, I know he lost it, but he was keeping Arman away at times with the front tee. He does like to throw him. It keeps people guessing. His boxing as well. His boxing is really good. He doesn't mind. He'll hit you once. Well, he'll take one punch to hit you twice. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those fighters. He's not the best on the ground. That's a negative I've got for Dan Hooker, to be fair. We know, like, for example, the Islam Makhachev, the Arman Sarukian fights, he got taken down and submitted. He can be a tiny bit chinny. I'm not going to say completely chinny because he is an absolute dog. But Michael Chandler managed to knock him out. Edson Barboza, Yair, Arnold Allen. You know, all of his losses have come by finish. He won't give up at all. He definitely will not give up. That's one thing about Dan Hooker you've got to give. He will not give up on himself. If he's still breathing and can throw a punch, he's going to throw the punch. And he is hard as nails. That's the stuff I've got on Dan Hooker. Listen, I really hope Dan Hooker wins. Dan Hooker, he's always just been on that cusp of being in a title shot. You know, it's when he fought Dustin Poirier. If he would have beaten Dustin Poirier, we would have been seeing Dan Hooker fight for the belt. And even Dan Hooker v Dustin Poirier is one of the best fights ever in UFC. If you haven't watched it, go give it a watch. It's definitely worth a watch. Even the Mateus Gamrot, the Jalen Turner one, they're fights you want to give a watch. They're some of my favourite fights, to be fair. And yeah, but let's go on to Benoit Saint Denis, ranked number 8 lightweight in the world. So Benoit Saint Denis, 16-3, not bad. 5 KOs, 11 of them come by submission. That's really, really impressive, considering that he has got 16 wins, and 11 of them come by submission. All of his wins are by finish as well. He's got 8 first-round finishes. His good wins, he hasn't got many good wins, I will say. He's got Beneil Dariush last time out. That was a 16-second KO. Maurizio Rufy derailed the absolute hype of Rufy. His losses inside the UFC, his notable losses. Dustin Poirier, to be fair, he had a great first round against Dustin Poirier, and then it just all come crashing down. He had got an absolute beating from Renato Moicano. But he's only 30 years old, still quite young in the UFC, so he's still got time. He's definitely in my personal opinion, he'll be in the top 5 sooner than later, even if he does lose this. He's from Paris, France. Notes, he's on the rise. He's absolutely on the rise. Like I just said, I could see him being in the top 5 in the next year or two. His ground game is some of the best in the lightweight division. And he's so physically strong as well, what makes it even better. Because when he gets you, he's just bear hugging you. You can't do much because how strong he is. His submission game is 10 out of 10 in my personal opinion. You know, point proven with the 11 submission wins. He's so strong, you can't do much because he's just going to force his way. If he's going to get a rear naked choke, if he's going to grab your arm, your leg, and it's just constant pressure as well. Just constant pressure from Benoit Saint Denis. Just two guys who will just slug it out, and it's Dan Hooker, Benoit Saint Denis. This is going to be a really fun matchup. This is another one where my brain's telling me one guy, but my heart's saying another. I want Dan Hooker to win. I love Dan Hooker. You know what you're going to get. It's rather he's going to finish someone or he's getting finished by someone. You know, he's a do or die fighter. But my brain's telling me Benoit Saint Denis is going to take him to the ground and submit him. So who do I think is going to win? Benoit Saint Denis. Who do I want to win? Dan Hooker. So I think Benoit Saint Denis will get a second round submission. Don't know how. Maybe a rear naked choke. But that's my prediction for the co-main event, guys. Let me know who you guys think is going to win this fight. It's a super interesting one. It's one where it's a coin flip, you know. So like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And also, please drop a subscribe if you are new, only because I'm trying to get to 100 subs. I'm currently on 87. So the road to 100 subs is nearly there. We've nearly done it. But yeah, appreciate you guys. Catch you in a bit.